5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yo! What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Moody, your coach of the Westchester Weavers, and today we have our JBA Season 6 Week 5 matchup against FC Sevipers, coached by Toulon. Yes, Toulon. Toulon is a very good player. He won JBA last season, and not only is he a really good player, he is a madman. He is a German madman. Yes, he is probably what can build like the craziest sets, like most effective sets. Like every time I play I'm always like, dang, that's cool. Like he always leaves me with like something on that I'm like, dang, that's cool. Like every time I watch his matches I'm like, yo, that's cool. This guy is crazy. This is the same guy who randomized his draft and still made playoffs in JBA. And now he's just a good beast. He's a beast. So I mean, like I could be like, you know, I can't feel comfortable at any point in this game because something crazy might happen and I'll get bopped, and I will be like, how did that just happen? So let's look at his team. He's got a pretty cool team. He has a Mega Blastoise, Togekiss, Celesteela. Ooh, the best Pokemon, Celesteela. He's got Espeon. He's got regular Sceptile and Sawsbuck. While on my side of the field, we have Mewdy, the Mew, rocking max defense, max HP. I needed max defense, max HP bold to switch into Choice Scarf Flare Blitz from an Emboar. It was like really one of the few things I could take it. Yeah, I needed that for Emboar. So I am rocking Psychic, Stealth Rocks, U-Turn, and Soft Boiled. U-Turn might be, or Stealth Rocks might be really hard to get up with Espeon. But, you know, I could kind of try to bait him into thinking that I'm going to go for Rocks, maybe go for U-Turn and hit it for, like, pretty decent damage. But yeah, so Emboar didn't come, so in this matchup, it's probably going to be more so for, like Sawsbuck or Celesteela, like, some sort of, like, defensive Celesteela. Like, Celesteela with Leaf Seed, it kind of does okay against it. I mean, it can't really do much to it except for U-Turn out, but, like, U-Turning out would be important. But yeah. Next, we have Def Jam, the Infernape with Close Combat, I believe, Close Combat, Flare Blitz, U-Turn, and I want to say Stone Edge for Togekiss. Yes, Stone Edge. This is just here to hit hard. Try to get it in a Flare Blitz with Celesteela and try to catch it on a Flare Blitz and take it out. I do need the horses for Celesteela. Celesteela is very bulky. And in this matchup too, it looks pretty good because like Flare Blitz probably will take out Espeon, or at least do a lot. Flare Blitz will do a lot to Celesteela, and Flare Blitz should take out Sceptile and Sawsbuck, barring any like Akkas or anything. But I don't know even if that matters. But moving along, we have our Heliolisk Gashbell, nicknamed Gashbell. With an Assault Vest, with Hyper Voice, Thunderbolt, Volt Switch, and I believe Surf. Surf is there for Emboar, just because if I get into that scenario. Volt Switch is for General Momentum. Thunderbolt is to hit things like Celesteela and Togekiss and Blastoids effectively, and Hyper Voice is to just hit hard. Nice hard General Stab. I'm rocking an Assault Vest because most Mega Blastoids are ran special. I would say the majority of Mega Blastoids are ran special. So this can be a pretty good switch into that. And also, it could be a halfway decent check to Togekiss, just in case I get in a scenario where I have to switch in a Togekiss on like an Air Slash or a Dazzling Gleam or something like that. It could take it pretty well because Heliolisk does have very good special bulk. And I don't have to worry about as much as like Aura Sphere coming, because the Sulfus will kind of not neutralize it, but, you know, help it not get blown back. Then next we have our Tentacruel with Scald, Toxic, Rapid Spin, and I want to say Knockoff, something like that. I'm not 100% sure. But yeah, so Tentacruel is there for Togekiss. They're kind of for, like, I guess Sawsbuck to a degree, because it can't really Horn Leech. And then also kind of there for Celesteela, Leech Seed variant, because if you seed me up and you're going to take damage on Liquid Ooze. And then next we have Tangrowth with an Assault Vest, Max Spadef, Max HP, Giga Drain, knockoff, Rock Tomb, and knockoff as well. And pretty much this is also supposed to be another switch into Mega Blastoids, and Togekiss to a lesser extent, not really. But Rock Tomb is there for switches and to just slow down his mons. And then finally we have Dust, the Mega Pidgeot, with Heat Wave, Hurricane, U-Turn, and Roost. Pretty standard stuff, but Heat Wave does a lot to Celesteela. Hurricane, as you can see in this matchup, will be very helpful, and it's just a good stat move. So let's get into this match. We decided to lead off with Dust, and he leads off with this. I don't think he Scarfed based on that damage, or based on just how he led it. So I decided to just Hurricane right there and see what was good. I knew I could live anything that a Choice Scarf Espeon wanted to do, and he definitely didn't want to take a Hurricane. So he does that. I was very tempted to Heat Wave right there, but what are you going to do? It was turn 1. I decided to just U-turn, no, I hard switch, and he goes for the Leech Seed right there. And I decide to, I think U-turn right here, yep. And I U-turn, and he is Tanga Berry. Even with Tanga Berry, that did a lot. That did like 26. And so that would have done like 52 without Tanga Berry, and I don't have any attack since it's Mew. So that's interesting. I know Espeon's frail, but still, that's kind of interesting. So we decided to go into Def Jam right here, and I know U-turn is just gonna knock this thing out. So I just U-turn again, and I get the matchup I want with Heliolisk versus Togekiss. And right here, I decided to just Volt Switch, thinking that he would switch again, and he doesn't. And he has that did 50. And I know Togekiss is fat, but that did, like, he has a lot of investment based on that. So I just go into Cruel World, and I believe I just Sludge Bomb right here. No, I double out into Heliolisk, expecting him to go into Celesteela. I decided to just Volt Switch here to scout Wakan, and he is Wakan, so that is good to know from a damage standpoint too. That did like 40-ish that did 40-ish without Wakan. That would have done like about like 44 without Wakan. So that leads me to believe he is very specially defensive invested, which is good to know. And he decided to just Earthquake right here. We are max defense. We eat that up. And we decide to just U-turn right here. And I think we go... Who do we go into? We go into Carbs. And he goes into Toxic. He makes a nice play in Toxics right there. I thought he would Leech Seed, honestly. And he doesn't. We decide to just knock off right here. And we knock off Weakness Policy. And I'm like, whoa, he has Weakness Policy Sceptile. And I'm like, oh, man, I don't know what this wants to do. So we decide to just switch into Muty. And he goes for a Hidden Power crit. I don't know what Hidden Power he was rocking there. Kind of interesting. And then he goes and Giga Drains right there, and I decide to just U-turn right here, and we go into Def Jam and try to take this thing out. He goes for Acrobatics, and I'm like, in the moment, I actually did not know this, that if you got an item knocked off, Burden still activates. I thought you had to use the item from Burden to activate, if that makes sense. Total, like, I'm not gonna lie, I fucked up. But yeah. Like, that's it. Interesting. It was like kind of interesting. I did not know that, but hey, you learn something new every day. And we just U-turn and knock this thing out, which is cool. And then we decide to go into Mega Pidgeot, and I think we just Heat Wave right here. Yep, we Heat Wave right there, and he Heavy Slams right there and crit Heavy Slam. I'm like, dog, real? And then I thought he would switch, trying to keep the Celesteela, like at least for something. But he decides to just stay in and U-turn. He would have died if I went for another Heat Wave. But now he decides to switch, and I decide to Heat Wave and does nothing, and I'm like, man, I'm getting worked a little bit. But I decide to go into Cruel World, and he goes for the extra sensory, projecting the Cruel World to come in. Doesn't do that much, but it does a fair amount. Right here, we decide to just go for the Toxic, and it does not work because he goes into Celesteela. I decide to just go right for the Scald, and I'm like, yo, I'm burning this right now, and I did. I called the burn and I got the burn. So he Heavy Slams right there, predicting me to switch, and then he loses a little bit. So another Scald plus burn should be able to kill him. He goes for the Earthquake, doesn't do much because he is burnt and he does not have any attack investment. At least I don't think he does. He goes into Espeon right here, and I gotta switch. And he goes for the Side Shock right there, and he gets a crit. I'm like, ah, man, for real, bro. And right here, I probably should have switched into Tangrowth, but what are you gonna do? I figured Mew didn't really have as much viability in this game left to go, so I decided to just U-turn right here and predicting him to go into Togekiss, and we go into Heliolisk right here. I kind of want the Hyper Voice just in case he wants to like go into Sawsbuck or something, but he decides to just Roost, and I'm just like, okay, cool. He's got to not Roost eventually, and he just Dazzling Gleams right there. I am at Saltfest, and he probably figured it out at this point, and I decided to just Thunderbolt right here, and he Roost, and then he's playing with rolls right now. And so I decided to just Thunderbolt again. We knocked this thing out, thankfully. And then right here it goes into Sawswalk, and I'm fearing like a Choice Scarf jump kick, and I don't want this thing to die because I need this thing kind of for Mega Blastoids. So I decided to go right into Cruel World, and he goes into Agility, and I'm like, yo, am I about to get swept by Sawswalk? And I'm just like, yikes, yikes. And I'm like, I don't really know that much about Sawswalk, to be honest. And I was like kind of confused when he brought it, but this is where it gets interesting. So I kind of just have to Sludge Bomb right here. I can't let him get an SD up. So I decided to just Sludge Bomb right here. And Hugh Horn Leech and Liquid Ooze will take 22% from him. And we decide to just Sludge Bomb. No poison, unfortunate, but what are you going to do? And then he decides right here to Z. And I'm like, what Z move's coming? Like, what? And then he goes Supersonic Sky Strike. And I'm like, dog, for real? And I'm like, dang, I lost. I'm going to lose this. Like, watch. Like, I'm going to get Sawsbuck swept. And then I'm like, all right, Carbs, you got to take one hit. You got to take one hit. I didn't even know Sawsbuck got a flying move. And then I looked after the game, and it was Bounce. So he was like Z. He was like Agility, Z, Bounce, and Horn Leech. And then his last move, we'll see right here. And he goes for Baton Pass. And I'm like, Baton Pass? Oh, my God. And he goes in and gets +2 Blastoids. And I'm like, all right, this could kind of take it, right? This like Tangrowth can kind of take this. Like he's gonna Ice Beam me like maybe once, but you know we could take this. I was really fearing something crazy at this point, so I decided to just Rock Tomb. If I connect 2 Rock Tombs, this Blastoise is at neutral speed, and I think we got the game. So that's what we got to do. He reveals that he's Power Up Punch, so he's Physical Mega Blastoise, and I'm like, dog, +2 speed, +1 attack, and I'm like, yo, this is crazy. So we decided to just Rock Tomb right here, lower his speed 1 stage, and I'm like, okay, cool. We gotta connect 1 more Rock Tomb. He goes for the Ice Punch. We live in, we Tangrowth, and we missed the Rock Tomb. And I was like, in the moment, I was like, you gotta be kidding me. I was so pissed. Like, I was so salty in this moment. But I was like, yo, I lost. I just lost the game. Like, he definitely can take out Def Jam and Heliolisk and Mega Pidgeot. So, I lost. Pretty much. And Mega Blastoids cleans up right here, gets 4 kills. I tried to scout right here for the Aqua Jet, and no, he actually didn't have it. He just had Power Up Punch, Ice Punch, Waterfall, and Earthquake. So he goes for an Ice Punch right here, and I'm like, alright. And then I just have to hope that like close combat knocks this thing out. But as you will see, it doesn't. And I die. And then he just Earthquakes Def Jam, and then he Earthquakes Heliolisk. Wow, what an ending. What an ending. What an ending. And I was like, yo, I mean, you just got to tip your hat to that kind of tech. Yo, man, you just got to tip your hat to that kind of tech. I did not expect that, and that's why I started playing Toulon sometimes. He's a very good battler, and he can come up with sets like that. So you just got to tip of the hat. If we connect the second Rock Tomb, I'm pretty sure we win that game. Like 90% sure we win that game. Like, something crazy might have happened, but like very, very confident that we would have won that game. But it's Pokemon, and he deserves to win for that, for stunning like that. I got stunned on. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think of the game. Kind of crazy, wild ending. But it was fun. It's Pokemon though. It's all fun. But I hope you guys enjoyed the video. My name is Moody, and I will see you guys later. Peace.